Hey YouTube, welcome back to another English review here at Thomas Opent, the Dutch beer tuber, beer reviewer, beer vlogger, who simply cannot stop talking about beer even in a different language. It's been a while since I did one of these English reviews because life has been hectic, both because December is of course always a very, very busy month, and some stuff, some private stuff that I mentioned it in a channel update, and long story short, I'm single again, so stuff happened, and that's a bit shit, and we're just trying to get beyond that and just keep doing our thing, and one of those things is beer reviewing. Now what we have here is a beer from a Dutch brewery called the Naeckte Brouwers, the Naeckte Brewers, from a Dutch place called Amstelveen, and it's their Naeckte Non. The Naeckte Nun, Belgian style double, 7.8% alcohol with water, barley malts, hops, sugars, and yeast. There's a little bit of a story here. Long story short, Naeckte Nun brings truth to the top, and when digesting, when enjoying, it'll tempt you to honesty and revelation of soul and happiness. I can use some happiness right now, so that's good. Dark brown ale inspired on the classic Belgian double Abbey beers with notes of caramel, chocolate, grain, and a light bittersweet finish. So yeah, there you go. They're double. Now I'm going to be brutally honest here. Of all the Belgian styles, I think the double is usually my least favorite. I've had a few very good ones, but all in all, I find the most commercially available beers to be a little bit too sweet, too sugary, sweet, too much focusing on that easy drinkability. Well, lots of sugars will help people go like, oh, this is nice. Sort of fake caramelly thingy going on. Often I find them a bit stale even. So they're not really my favorite type of beer. But since the Naeckte Brewers, the Naeckte Brouwers, were kind enough to send me over some beers, I'm going to review all of them. And I have to admit, when I find a double in a pack like that, I do get intrigued, because what if this is the one? What if this is the double that will do it for me? I am actually pretty psyched about this, because it's been a while since I had, whoop, this one might, no, it's cool. Pretty carbonated. It had a pretty good hiss there, and I can already see it starting to foam in the bottle. Now, if this really is going to be the double for me, I'm going to be intensely happy, because I would not mind enjoying a good double every now and then. Now, I'm not going to say that they all suck. Take the classic Westmalle. That's pretty legendary. I love that one. Big ass frothy foamy head. It's probably looking pretty black to you guys, but I can see it's nice dark brown mahogany color with a slight red hue on the edges. I can really get a little bit of that chocolatey caramelly vibe even from here, so that's a good sign. It looks the part. It looks like exactly what you want to expect from a good Belgian style double. So it's got that going for it, which is nice. It's just we go to the nose and see what that's all about. Yeah, okay, it's a double. Get a little bit of those spicy notes. Not spicy, spices. Definitely a little bit of cocoa, a little bit of chocolate in there. You get the grains, you get the wheat, you get the malt character, and definitely a good caramel base, which you expect in a double. And there is a decent amount of, you can already get some of those hop bitters in there, which is nice. Some fruity notes. Softly fruity, not overly sweet in the nose already, so that I like that. It really has a very thick condensed head. So I suggest we're just going to see what she tastes like. The Naeckte Brouwers, thank you very much for these beers. Still got a few to come, including a saison, a porter, and a stout. Very interested. Cheers. Okay, yeah. Okay, she's sweet. She's sweet, without a doubt. The double is supposed to be sweet. There's a decent amount of There's definitely a decent amount of bittering in the back. You get a little bit of those roasty, toasty malt bitterness and a little bit of the hoppy bitterness, so it's definitely a good balance of both. Very well carbonated, not overly so. Definitely good amounts of, lots more cocoa than I expected there to be. Lots more chocolate. Not the milky sweet kind, not the overly pure, like 70%. There's something in between there, like those 50%. Most commercial bars here in the Netherlands will usually be about 50% cocoa. So it's got that going for it. There is definitely a nice fruity component to it. There has this sort of like jammy sweetness in there. Nothing too over the top. And this is what I like in a double. This is something I could really enjoy with some nice cheeses. I could love eating this with a good stew, drinking this while eating a good stew. It might actually very well work in a good stew because it has a nice little sweet note to it. It's not overly complex. You know, it's not... It's not like knock you on your feet. Wow. Damn, sorry. There is really a good amount. There is actually a little bit of coffee there in the back too. Like coffee sweetened with a bit of sugar and a bit of cream, you know, not the most intense pure espresso coffee, but there's a little bit of coffee vibe going on. There's some damn good beer. I'm enjoying this immensely. For a double, this is doing it for me. Wow. You know, when you grow up in the Netherlands, I don't know about you guys in the States or in the UK, for example, just naming two. Maybe people in Germany will see this. They might know some of these as well. One of those very, very well-known style beers of doubles is the Grimbergen Naeckte. Although Naeckte is, I think, originally brown. Anyway, those are those kind of beers that really give you the vibes of cheap, overproduced, cheap ingredients, you know, styles of doubles. And this is where it all comes down to. This is what a real good double should be. You get your sweet components, you get your bittering components, you get a nice amount of flavors without it being too overly complex. It's not one of those beers that you're going like, I need to take like an hour and a half to enjoy this, because it's still smooth drinking. It's still very easy drinking. In the meantime, I'm seeing if there's anything in the bottle left. Yeah, there's beer in the bottle left, but I mean, any sediment. I'm really digging the bittering component in this one. It is so good. It really is so incredibly good. There definitely is a little bit on the bottom there, so I'm just trying to wiggle that loose. And that sort of jammy red fruit vibe, that isn't like fresh red fruit. It's not like you're eating strawberries or whatever. It's like you get the jammy component where there are sugars added to it. Again, it's sweet. It is sweet. Make no mistake. It's not like a highly bitter double. It is, however, insanely well drinkable. I am really hoping to get a little bit of that yeast. I think there was some yeast components in there on the bottom. Yeah, probably. Anyway, try to get some of those out if it's in there, seeing what that does to the to the beer. Because what I am missing, and that's understandable because it's not a Belgian beer, it's a Belgian inspired. This is not from Belgium. This is Dutch. So yeah, you kind of lack those typical Belgian style yeast flavors, but for all we know, they got some of those yeasts, and we're able to get that in there. Because I'm sort of missing that vibe, but yeah. See, it's sort of missing that vibe a little bit, those typical Belgian yeast, but it's also not, it's there a little bit. I don't know what kind of yeast they use, it doesn't say so. I'm not the biggest yeast knowing man out there. It definitely got a lot hazier though. Looking at it right now, it got a lot hazier, so there's definitely, yeah, you got some more of those yeast notes in there now. It's just not overly there. This is a very well balanced beer. This is a very well made double. Oh yeah, definitely. For making something like this enjoyable to me. On average, you know what? I'd say this goes between a 3.75 and a 4 for me on Untapped. I'm probably going to put it at a 4 out of 5 because I am enjoying it that much. It really is that good. I might go for a 3.75 in the end because, like I said, I'm sort of in between, and I kind of want to go for the 4 because this is, for the first time in a long time, I'm very much enjoying a double. But on the other hand, I want to stay objective, and I don't want to overrate it because of the fact that I'm just enjoying it that much for a double. I do want to grade it like I would a good double. So right now, somewhere in between 3.75 and 4. I might regret this later. I already feel a slight burp here coming, and whenever I have those Belgian or Belgian-inspired beers, I have a sort of reaction to the yeasts there. Nothing in a bad way, but I always get a little bit more burpy than I would with a stout or I don't know, a sour. I always get a little bit more burpy. I don't know, weird. Anyway, this is good. This is enjoyable. And now you people from the UK and the US are probably never going to be able to enjoy this, but this is why I'm reviewing the typical Dutch beers for you, because it's nice to see, you know, everybody there. And I could review a Bourbon County Stout in English. Why not? I could try and get some Evil Twin. I can get Evil Twin here. I can get some Evil Twins here and review every now and then. I might, because it's fun. See what a Dutchie thinks about, you know, beers from the UK and the US. Why not? But I tried to go for the Dutch beers because those are the beers you guys don't know about. We always see the reviews of beers that are like, oh yeah, those are shelfies for us, and we're like, fuck you, because we can't get them. Not readily available. Like, here's the nice Cloudwater. Good for you. We still need to wait 6 fucking weeks. So this is why I, and I know some of my fellow Dutch beer vloggers. Shout out to Beer Geek Holland and Dutch Beer Geek. Beer Geek Holland, Dutch Beer Geek. You can find them on YouTube. Dutch Beer Geek is already doing English reviews. Beer Geek Holland is thinking about it. Might try them as well. Go check those two out. Anyway, yeah, back to the beer. Oh, I already finished the beer. Wait, we haven't finished the beer. We finished the review. I already said what I needed to say. What I do want to say for the people in the Netherlands, check it out, the Naeckte Brouwers. You can find them rather locally around Amstelveen. You can get their beers over there. And I think you can order them through their website. You can check it out. I don't know. Give it a shout. Give it a shot. And I guess that's it for this review. Like the video, and if you really, really liked it, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and leave some comments. First of all, what do you think about doubles? Belgian-inspired doubles. What's your take on them? What do you think of the Naeckte Brouwers? Have you tried any other beers? Have you tried this one? Let me know. Give me a shout out give me a comment, and I'll get back to you because I'm always curious to see what people think about the beers that I review. And yeah, I guess that's it. In the description box below, you'll find links to my Instagram, my Untapped, and my Facebook page. You'll find beers that I do not review, but I have a thing or two to say about. And that's it for this English review, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, cheers.